Okay, Thunderbolts, or should I say New Avengers. This movie is really good, and it just makes me so much more upset that they have fumbled post Endgame. Like, this is a movie that should have came out like 2 fucking years after Endgame. Captain America 4 is a movie that should have came out 2 fucking years after Endgame. We should be on Thunderbolts 2, Captain America 5. Like, we should not have waited coming up on fucking 7 to 8 years to get this shit going. This is shit they should have done 2 to 3 years ago. Sam should have been like, they should have been asking this question: where the fuck are the Avengers? Who are going to be the new Avengers? They should have been asking that 2 to 3 years ago. We should have had that answer. And now we got to fucking go do fucking Doomsday, Secret Wars, reset the whole thing. Here comes the mutants, and who knows what the fuck that's going to leave for characters like Cap and, Sam's Cap, Bucky. Who knows what that's going to mean for everyone else. There's so many plot threads. It's this movie that puts into perspective how little we know about the MCU post-Endgame. We don't really know anything. Sam's never talked about that Wanda shit. You thought that Wanda shit will really be a big deal for everyone else. No one's talked about it. The only person that's ever talked about it was Doctor Strange. And that's really because that's the only person that's ever talked about Wanda taking an entire fucking town hostage. No one else cares. Not even the government cares. They might have said something. I don't remember. But as far as I'm concerned, no one really cared that she did that. That's not on a lot of people's radars of, yeah, we need to do something about that. You know? So yeah, Thunderbolts, let me talk about this movie. Florence Pugh, her Yelena, her character, and I watched Winter Soldier to get some more perspective. Her character is leaps and bounds above what Scarlett Johansson was doing with the Black Widow. And that's because of a lot of what she was given was shit. Like, I'm one of the believers that if Black Widow came out after Civil War, it would have made $1 billion. And even if they had kept the same Taskmaster, I still believe it would have made $1 billion. And I still believe there would be a lot more fans of it than there are now. If they had changed, if they had made a dude who was already supposed to be Taskmaster, people would probably like the movie more in general. But I think if that movie came out after Civil War, before Infinity War, before Endgame, a lot more people would like that. A lot more people would like that movie, and a lot more people would think fondly of Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow. But that didn't happen. But we did get Florence Pugh's Yelena out of it. We did get the guy that plays Hopper on Stranger Things. We did get his Red Guardian out of it. A lot of other characters from that movie didn't really carry over to this. Just Red Guardian and Yelena. But yeah, we got to see more of Ghost from Ant-Man and the Wasp. Her powers are really cool, and she's only really on the scene because she's the only one that's not a fucking super soldier. It's sad to say it, but that's really the truth. She's only on the scene because she's the only one that's not a super soldier. Bucky, I'm always down to see more Bucky. I was watching, like I said, I watched Winter Soldier, I watched Captain America: First Avenger. Once I go home, I'm probably gonna watch Civil War. Like, I'm really gonna, like, Thunderbolts is really, like, I love the grounded levels of the MCU, and I love when they can, like, do emotional shit, and I love when they go for it. And the Thunderbolts, they go for it. It gives you those vibes of, like, Winter Soldier, First Avenger, where, like, it feels like they're trying to, like, they go from low stakes to high stakes, and they bring it back to the middle, if you know what I mean. Like, it starts off with really high stakes, and they use human ways to connect to the antagonist and to connect on a human relatable level to bring the story around so we can all understand it. You know what I mean? And I think that's what they do here with Sentry. Like, Sentry starts out as like this big monumental problem. Like, how the fuck are they going to beat this guy? They can't hit him. They can't hurt him. So they had to go on a human level and bring him down to their level. You know what I mean? That's what I really like about Thunderbolts. That's what I really like about a lot of the previous MCU entries. Think about all the people that Captain America dealt with. The only person that he ever fought hand to hand and beat with brute force was a Red Skull not written, even not even Red Skull, because Red Skull got sucked into the Tesseract, and we come to find out what happened with that all those years later. But even then, Captain America never ever beat anybody with brute force. And when he was not able to talk his way out of the situation or talk the situation down, that's how we get movies like Civil War, which I'm gonna go rewatch, where he wasn't able to talk to Tony about it, and you saw what happened. It went to shit. But here in Thunderbolts, they were able to talk to Sentry and bring him down onto a human level, just like the old movies were able to. I know I'm talking a lot about the old movies, but like that's what they're trying to get back to. Just trying to get our love back to what the old movies were like, and Thunderbolts is a good step. But like I said, it's a good step. But where are we walking to? Where are we going? Where are we actually walking to? You know what I mean? So that's all I really wanted to say about Thunderbolts. It's a really good movie, and I really think you should watch it. And like I said, it's trying to bring back some of the feeling that the older MCU movies gave, but I think it's a little bit too late. So Thunderbolts, 8 out of 10. Peace.